Learning Goals. Welcome to this learning session on secondary research for citizenship action. In this course, we shall address introduction and definition, types of secondary sources, criteria for source selection, purposes of secondary research, analysis and real-world application. There will be a quiz at the end to test your knowledge.
Introduction to secondary research. Secondary research is an essential first step when preparing for any citizenship action and is crucial for effectively planning primary research. It involves systematically gathering and analyzing existing information to build a strong foundation for your initiative. This initial phase helps shape your understanding of an issue and guides subsequent actions. For instance, before launching a campaign on local environmental issues, reviewing existing government reports on pollution levels or community surveys on environmental concerns can provide invaluable context and identify key stakeholders. This proactive approach ensures that efforts are well-informed and targeted. Defining secondary research. Secondary research involves the systematic collection, analysis, and synthesis of information that has already been published or gathered by others. This method is often referred to as classroom research because it primarily utilizes readily available printed materials and online resources. It serves as a foundational step, guiding decisions for any subsequent primary research you might undertake. Unlike primary research, which generates new data, secondary research leverages existing datasets, studies, and reports. For example, a student researching local homelessness might analyze census data, charity reports, and news articles rather than conducting new interviews. This saves time and resources while still providing robust insights. Types of secondary sources. Official reports. A wide array of sources can be utilized for secondary research, providing diverse perspectives and data. These include official reports from public bodies, offering governmental insights and statistics, alongside news and media reports that capture public discourse and current events. Information from non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and other organizations also provides valuable specialized data and advocacy perspectives. For example, a report from the World Health Organization, WHO, on global health trends, or a local council's annual report on community services can offer authoritative data. News archives, such as those from major national broadcasters or reputable local newspapers, can illustrate how an issue has evolved over time and public reactions. Types of secondary sources: digital and academic. Beyond official documents, secondary sources encompass a vast digital and academic landscape. This includes opinion polls, statistical data, and comprehensive academic textbooks that provide in-depth theoretical frameworks and historical context. Videos, internet blogs, and social media platforms also offer contemporary perspectives, public sentiment, and real-time discussions, though their credibility requires careful evaluation. Consider using data from national statistical offices, like the Office for National Statistics, ONS in the UK, for demographic or economic trends. Academic journals, accessible through university libraries, often contain peer-reviewed studies that provide rigorous analysis on specific social or political issues, offering a deeper understanding than general media. When selecting secondary sources, their timeliness is paramount. It is crucial to use information that is up to date to ensure you have current contexts and the latest developments relevant to your SCI. When selecting secondary sources, their timeliness is paramount. It is crucial to use information that is up to date to ensure you have current contexts and the latest developments relevant to your citizenship action. Outdated information can lead to misinformed decisions or actions that are no longer pertinent to the current situation. For instance, if researching climate change policies, a report from 5 years ago might not reflect the most recent scientific consensus or legislative changes. Always check publication dates and prioritize sources from the last 1 to 2 years for rapidly evolving topics, or consider historical data for context if its age is acknowledged. Criteria for choosing sources. Objectivity. Objectivity is a critical criterion for evaluating secondary sources. You should seek unbiased information that presents factual data rather than mere opinion. Furthermore, it is important to find balanced sources that consider multiple views and opinions, allowing you to understand contrasting sides of complex situations. A report funded by a specific industry lobby group, for example, might present data in a way that favors their interests. To ensure balance, compare findings from multiple sources, including those with differing perspectives, such as reports from both environmental advocacy groups and industrial associations on a pollution issue. Criteria for choosing sources. Relevance. The relevance of a secondary source directly impacts its utility for your citizenship action. Ensure that the information you gather is specific to your chosen issue and directly contributes to your understanding or planning. Irrelevant data, no matter how accurate or unbiased, can distract from your core objectives and waste valuable time. If your citizenship action focuses on improving local park facilities, a national report on urban planning might offer broad context, but a local survey on park usage and resident satisfaction would be far more relevant. Always ask, does this information directly help me address my specific citizenship issue? Purpose of secondary research. Knowledge building. Secondary research serves multiple vital purposes, beginning with building a comprehensive knowledge base about your chosen topic. By immersing yourself in existing information, you gain a deeper understanding of the issue's history, scope, and various contributing factors. This foundational knowledge is crucial for refining your project's title and ensuring it accurately reflects your focus. For example, researching the history of a local community garden initiative might reveal past successes and failures, informing your approach. Understanding the nuances of your topic through secondary sources can help you articulate a more precise and impactful title, moving from a general idea like local parks to enhancing biodiversity in Elmwood Park. Purpose of secondary research. Action planning. Beyond knowledge acquisition, secondary research is instrumental in planning and modifying your citizenship action. It helps you decide on your proposed outcomes, ensuring they are realistic and impactful based on existing evidence. This research also allows you to identify potential difficulties or obstacles that might arise, enabling proactive problem solving. If you discover through secondary research that a similar initiative failed due to lack of community engagement, you can adjust your action plan to prioritize outreach. This foresight, gained from learning from others' experiences, significantly increases the likelihood of your project's success and helps you set achievable goals. Purpose of secondary research. Guiding primary research. Secondary research plays a crucial role in guiding the design of your own primary research questions. By understanding what information already exists, you can formulate targeted questions that fill knowledge gaps, avoiding duplication of effort. It also helps identify what further specific information you need to collect to fully address your citizenship issue. For instance, if secondary research reveals a lack of current data on youth opinions regarding local public transport, this directly informs the need for a primary survey targeting young people. This strategic approach ensures that your primary research is efficient, focused, and yields truly novel and valuable insights. Analyzing secondary research. Key questions. After gathering secondary research, a critical analysis phase is necessary to synthesize your findings and plan next steps. 3 key questions guide this analysis. First, are your ideas about the chosen issue clear and well defined? Second, Do you need to modify your project's title, aims, or research method based on what you've learned? Third, what specific actions must you take to achieve your desired outcome? This analytical process is iterative. For example, if research reveals a broader scope to your issue than initially thought, you might need to narrow your title or expand your aims. Regularly asking these questions ensures your project remains adaptable and responsive to new information, leading to a more robust and effective citizenship action. Real-world application, a case study. Consider a citizenship action focused on student noise complaints in a local community. Secondary research began with a report in the local newspaper detailing residents' unhappiness about noise from students walking home from school. This report served as a crucial initial source, providing foundational knowledge and highlighting a specific community concern. Based on this newspaper report, the team decided to conduct primary research, planning interviews with both unhappy local residents and students who used that route to gather diverse perspectives. The report also lacked visual context, prompting the decision to take original photographs during the primary research phase to better illustrate the issue. This demonstrates how secondary research directly informs and shapes subsequent primary research and action.
Summary. Well done. You have completed the course Secondary Research for Citizenship Action. You should now be familiar with introduction and definition, types of secondary sources, criteria for source selection, purposes of secondary research, analysis and real-world application. Should you need to revisit any of the topics in this course, please use the menu at the bottom of the screen.